beautiful day today. A great change of pace from all that rain. 60 degrees and breezy, sunny, just beautiful. Good afternoon and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to change the oil on your Duramax. So let's start off with the things you're going to need to do the oil change. First, I have an aluminum pan in case I spill anything. I don't want it getting on the driveway. You're going to need a 5-gallon drain pan, which is 18 quarts. The Duramax is going to be anywhere from 10 to 11 quarts when you drain everything out. All Duramaxes are the same. Now, as far as the oil, I went with Shell Rotella T6, which is full synthetic 5W40. It's the good stuff, $20 a gallon. You're going to need 3 gallons. You can use T4, T5, or T6. The T4 is conventional. T5 is synthetic blend. The T6 is synthetic. I'm not going to go beyond 5,000 miles regardless, but it's just better oil. I have the AFE ProGuard D2, which is pretty much the best oil filter for the Duramax in my opinion. AFE make great stuff. I'll show you guys what it looks like. It is a really cool looking oil filter, but the quality is top notch. I would say this is the oil filter you're going to want to get. A lot of people are saying it keeps their oil super clean, even better than the Mobil one or Wix filters. You're also going to need a 93mm filter wrench to get the oil filter off. You're also going to need a 13mm socket, as well as your ratchet and a small extension. And definitely going to need a torque wrench. Next, I highly recommend the Mishimoto aluminum magnetic drain plug. This is going to keep all of the bad contaminants like metal shavings out of the oil. I use it on my Hellcat, my Type R. I've used it on my Durango SRT, my Mustang, my BMW, every vehicle in the last 10 years, and there's been like 20-something of them. They have all used the Mishimoto drain plug. I'm going to put a link down there in the information box below to get all these products. This is the M14 by 1.5. This is what you're going to need. Now, opening this up, this is a beautiful piece of hardware. It's very strong. You can see right here, this is a 24mm socket and it can pick it up. This is the best magnetic drain plug I've ever used. This is an impact 24mm socket and it's holding it up. So that shows you how strong the magnet is. If you're going to be using the Mishimoto drain plug, you're going to need the 24mm as well. If not, you're good with the 13 if you're using the stock drain pan bolt. But that's pretty much it. This is a very easy job. Now, the most important step to remember is if you're going to be changing your oil, you don't do it on a cold engine. So we're going to have to fire up the Duramax and give it a cold start. I'm gonna let the Duramax warm up and then it's time to do the oil change. So there's the 13mm factory drain pan bolt, and you can see I've got everything laying down here so I don't spill anything on the driveway. So that was a pain in the butt to get off. The last guy must have put it on there with an impact wrench. This is the blackest oil I've ever seen, which is totally normal for diesel. In fact, diesel engine oil will turn black within a minute of firing up the truck, probably even faster. Time to install the Mishimoto drain plug. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna wipe this mess up and then torque it to spec, 15 foot-pounds. Then we gotta remove the old oil filter. Putting the torque wrench on the Mishimoto drain plug, you don't want any more than 15 foot-pounds, which is not very much. There we go, that's 15 foot-pounds right there. We're gonna make sure one more time. Go 15 foot-pounds. Now it's time to get this old oil filter off. Now this is a handy ratchet right here. It extends to give you extra leverage. I got my 93mm oil filter wrench on the oil filter, and here we go. Now this filter does have a silicone anti-drain back valve right here, so you don't have dry starts. You never want to install an oil filter dry like this. It's very hard on the engine, so I'm going to fill it up about a half to 3/4 full. It will drip a little bit, but once I snug it in place, I will wipe everything down. Like I said, you never want to install an oil filter dry. And I'm going to go ahead and lubricate the O-ring. So everything's clean up here. I've primed the oil filter. Now it's time to install it. So you don't want to go too tight with it. Now it's time to wipe everything down. Clean up this mess. Now it's time to fill up the oil. And I'm going to check with the dipstick. Once it gets to the proper level, I'm going to fire up the truck, let it run for about 5 minutes, turn it off, recheck for leaks, top off the fluid as necessary. So I just checked the oil level. You can see right there, it's right at the top. But now it's time to fire up the Duramax, let it warm up, check for leaks, go over everything, then I'm going to turn it off, top off the oil as necessary, and that completes the oil change on the Duramax. Now it's time to reset the oil light. By pressing the information button with the vehicle beside it, we're going to cycle through till we get to the oil life remaining, then hold the check mark, which will reset the oil indicator on the dashboard. After holding it for 5 seconds, it reset to 100% oil life remaining. So now I've turned the Duramax off. It's time to go check the oil level. Now remember, the oil was clear on the dipstick. You could barely see it. After running the Duramax for only 3 or 4 minutes, you're gonna see that the oil is completely black. So there you have it. It's only about halfway up the dipstick and it's completely black. So you can see on the dipstick, the oil is black. This happens within 30 seconds to a minute of the truck running. It happens on all diesel engines. So when you check your oil, don't expect it to look clean ever. As soon as you fire the truck up, it's black. But everything looks nice and clean under here. You can see there's no leaks. Love the look of that filter. Looks much better than the AC Delco. And the Mishimoto magnetic drain plug is definitely better than the factory. I've cleaned everything up under here. If you're having any issues with this sensor back here, which is the oil pressure sensor, mine was misting oil everywhere. So all I did was disconnect the sensor right up here. And once I disconnected it, I tightened it a little bit, cleaned everything up, plugged it back in. So if yours is leaking, that should help you out. Just disconnect it, clean everything up, tighten it, make sure it's spotless, and then plug it back up. Don't tighten too much. But that's going to do it for this short video today on how to change your oil on a Duramax. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to support the channel at drivewaydemons.com. Get your t-shirts, hoodies, as well as key tags there. If you're stopping in for the first time, go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up, comment below. Did you guys learn anything from this video? For all my returning subscribers, thanks so much for watching. But until the next video, take care and have a great day.